How's everybody doing today? I was just talking about, this is my first time, excuse me, officially meeting Kim. And I said I was a fan of the restaurant before I knew who you were. Those chicken wings and tater tots, I'll tell you what. But no, I just want to say thank you, Elaine, and everyone for having me. This is, it warms my heart when I know there are people in the room with big hearts, right? Especially coming from the National Football League. You know, a lot of people like to talk about the glitz and the glamour and the money and the fame, but you know, what I learned over the years is really it's about the service, right? Once you put on that shield, you kind of have a duty. You got the children watching you, you have your peers watching you, so you kind of got to do the right thing. And that's, give it up for doing the right thing. Not always promoted, and you know, one of my favorite quotes by Muhammad Ali was that, you know, service to others is the rent that we pay for our room here on earth. And so, you know, you got to, give it up for that too. I'm a man of quotes. I got a lot of them. I'm still working on my few more. But, you know, that's really what it's all about. And I'm here with my Tinkerbell's Kids family. Shout out to my wife, Media, Jeanette, and La. I've been working with Tinkerbell's Kids, formerly known as Silent Victims of Crime, for 7 years now. And since 2018, our founder, Paulette Pfeiffer, is not here right now. But we focused on working with children who have one or both parents who are incarcerated, right? That terminology and talk about imprisonment was taboo for a while, but I think, you know, now that information is starting to get out, it's starting to, you know, not be as such. And what I learned is that, you know, especially me being as big as I am, I know what it feels like to be judged, you know, a book being judged by its cover, right? I've always been that guy where people kind of assumed I was a big dumb athlete or expected one thing out of me. And so when I would meet people who maybe had made some mistakes in their lives and they were trying to make up for it, I realized how hard it was for them to make up for that in the eyes of others, right? You've already been judged, you've already been cast out, life is over, right? That's really what it says. But in dealing and fostering relationships with these children, I found, you know, a piece about life through their eyes, right? You want to learn something, you can learn a lot from children, right? Children don't look at their parents as bad people because they're behind bars. They want to, you know, they want to be loved, and they want to love just like anyone else. And so our founder, Paulette Pfeiffer, who's not here right now, a little 4'11" ball of energy, stepped up and created this foundation back in Anderson, South Carolina, almost 30 years ago. And we've continued here in Miami Beach, where we work with the children and the caretakers of these imprisoned people. And we work on the reunification of the family dynamic once they get out, because it takes a village. And what we've seen, because the statistics tell us that the probability and the likelihood of some of these children going to prison behind their parents is super high. I'm talking 70 to 80%. And so, you know, being in the football world, in the world of football, right, we're all about numbers, we're all about statistics. How can we get that number down? And what we found is that being able to take these children and these families outside of their environments and introduce them to more magnificent things that they may not have been accustomed to. We take them to the opera, we take them ice skating, we take them to canoeing. You know, hopefully coming up we're going to get some funding to take them out of the country. But some of these kids have never been out of the state of Florida, right? And so the mindset is to expand your horizons, especially when you deal with people. You don't know folks' background. These are some of the brightest children that I've ever met. I'm talking about, we do robotics and architecture, and I'm surprised every single time we go out with them. So if you'd like to learn more, visit us at silentvictimsofcrime.org or tinkerbellskids.org. You know, both of them work. But it's such a heartwarming thing. And then, you know, of course, being here with medical professionals as well, I understand how important that is, because people don't talk about overcoming injury is just like overcoming a trauma, right? We talk about trauma healing, but trying to recoup after a broken foot or a cracked clavicle really requires a mental fortitude, and you really need the right people around you in order to heal properly. People don't talk about, you know, the stresses in our body really inhibit us from healing properly. You need to be around love. You need to be around real support and people who believe in you. Encouraging words, speak words of affirmation, all right? I like to speak life into things instead of all that negative talk. Anybody around me, you know, I don't really do too much negative talk. You gotta watch what you speak until you see what you said. And so I just want to thank everybody for being here today. Once again, my lovely wife, Media, who's got me on Instagram Live. Y'all say what's up, Instagram Live. Shout out to the cats over there. I took a picture with Trump. Yeah, work's on me. But I told them, they're champions now, but now the real work starts because everybody's gunning for the champs. All right, now we're going to see what you're really made of when everybody's coming for that #1 spot. So thank you again, Don, Floyd. OJ's not here. Everybody, man, from the NFLPA South Florida. I love the camaraderie amongst the guys. A lot of guys don't know where to go after those cleats are hung up, after the fame and scoring touchdowns. A lot of guys miss that camaraderie from the locker room, and we fiend for that. And I think a great way to do that is through service. So thank you, Don. I love to get involved with the varsity kids, man. We can do a little collaboration or whatever, man, but it's going to take all of us. So thank you again.
All right, next up, Damon Gregory played for the Dolphins, the Browns, and the Buccaneers. Huh? Welcome on, Don.